Hello learners, today we are going to discuss about the plagiarism level which have been just made to the students, that is for a master and then PhD pursuing scholars. So as per the UGC guidance, similarity up to 10% is accepted. If they are having 10 to 40%, that is level 1, similarity more than 40 to 60, that is level 2. If it is more than 60, then it is level 3. So in the same manner, if any of this level 1, level 2 and level 3 is going to happening for students or to the master degree students and to the pursuing PhD candidates, the penalty has been just divided. So here, penalty for the students 10 to 40%. So they are going to give some time, stimulated time that should not be exceeding 6 months. So they can resubmit the student. If it is under in an level 2 category, it should not exceed 18 months and they can resubmit it. If the similarity is more than 60%, then their registration for that course will be cancelled. So this is for students. So in the same manner, for research scholars or to the staff members, if it is 10 to 40%, so their work is not going to be published. They are not going to allow any kinds of a manuscript acceptance or publication for 1 year. If it is 40 to 60, so again there will be like shall ask to withdraw manuscript subscription or a submission and shall not allow publications of any work for a minimum of 2 years. And the increment will be reduced for 1 year if they are working in any of a PG, UG, something like this. So if it is more than 60%, so we are going to, so the student or scholar shall not allow to publish any of a minimum period of time of 3 years. So these are all the requirements of UGC. So now, see, consider if you are being came into a final submission of 13% or 14% or 15%, nearer to the 10% range. So your aim is to make your report more than, sorry, not more than 10%. So if you are having any kinds of a levels of a percentage which is more than 10% and less than 20%, they are having some exemptions. So here they will be providing some exclusions. So this was the sum of the pay. This has been just given from an UGC. So what they are going to exclude from an plagiarism? All quoted works. Quotes means, so the simple. So if you are writing any of the words inside the quotes, that will be exempted. So this is as per UGC. So all reference bibliography, table of contents, acknowledgement will be excluded from your main plagiarism. A small similarity of minor nature, that is less than 1%. All generic terms, laws, standard symbols and standard equations should be excluded from an plagiarism. So how to exclude all this laws, equations and any sorts of author's names or a title which have been generally used in order to give some kind of an idea at an literature survey level. So how to do this one is just we need to write inside the quotes all those equations. Let me just show you in the later part of the video. So here what we were discussing here is, so as per the exclusions from an plagiarism, how to make all these things from an Turnitin or any of our other softwares. So you can just click on the Turnitin window. So it is going to allow you to show the respective executions. So here I am just given some of a dummy report which is having some 10 pages starting from introduction to reference. See, consider here reference have been excluded. See, if you are including this, initially it was 17%, now it has been increased to 33%. You can exclude bibliography, that is a reference. Next, you need to exclude the quotes and the similarities, what they have been just given, the smaller words. So all these three things need to be excluded. So quoted words, references, so small similarities, that is the words, 14 words, uh, 14 consecutive words. If one person have been copied less than 14 consecutive words, that is going to be exempted. So if anyone is making a trick over here, like copying less than 14 words, it doesn't work actually like that. The whole report, it doesn't work. So if there is having some exemptions like 14 words in any kinds of a sentences, that will be exempted. So don't try to mimic any of our things. But this is the settings what one can do with if you are nearer to the subscription, like 10%. So now it was 17. So now we have been made the quotes exclusion and words have been made as less than 14 words. So now it has been reduced to 12%. So still more if you need to reduce means, see, consider if you are working in some kinds of an equation. See, consider if this is a standard equation. If you need to come out of this plagiarism, you can just have only a double quotes over there. So you can just see here, here. See here, the title will be same. So you can just make it inside the quotes. So this equation was not detected. So if you have to write any kinds of equations or a universal laws, you can just simply write inside the quotes. So you can have the quotes here. So in the same manner, the title, single quotes you can just use with performance airline inclusion. So instead of writing all the author names, you can go for at all. So in the same manner, you can have another version here. Author's name can be replaced with at all. So like this, another title that can be placed inside the quotes to exempt it from an plagiarism. Okay. And another thing is make this reference as bold at the middle and uppercase. See the spelling over there. If the spelling has been not taken correctly, then it is not going to exempt it. Exempt the lower part of this sentences. After this keyword, what all the sentences they are coming, it will be exempted. So you need to take care of reference spelling and it need to be bolded and in a caps lock and you can make it underline as well. If in some cases, if bold is not going to work, you can make it underline, you can make it as a center and so that the tool should understand that the below sentences are reference. So this was the settings, what you need to just do with. The same settings will be available in DrillBit as well. So here we can exclude quotes, exclude the references, and exclude the number of words. Initially it was 3%, the document. After exempted of quotes, bibliography, and respective words, the percentage will be going to reduce. So here 1% is under 14 words. So like this, these are the settings you need to just take care of if your plagiarism level is at 13%, 12%, which is nearer to the 10% as per your UGC consent. So these are the settings I need to just discuss with. And the next thing is we have been changed all these codes. And if you are having any equations and laws, so if you need to write any of a standard laws, so you can write it inside the codes. So this is inside codes, and another one is outside the codes. You can just save this and you can just have a performance of a check. So what were all the changes is like if you are having any loss or it can be like any of a generally speaking respective sentences. So like magnets are going to attract each other, sun is going to set at a specific direction. So like this, if generalized substances have been available in your report, you can exclude it by placing a quotes. So that is what I have been just shown here. Exclude by using the quotes. And it is applicable as per the UGC respective norms. All quoted words which is under public domain or reproduced with all necessary permissions or attributes can be excluded from a respective plagiarism which have been detected earlier. So let us wait for the result. So now we can just see that it has been reduced from 17 to 10. Okay, let's see after applying the codes. Okay, codes have been applied. We can just see here inside the codes what which have been earlierly detected that have been not detected now as they have been given the codes. So this was a live example like how to reduce the general loss equations which have been already detected earlier in your document. So this is a method which is used to reduce the plagiarism if your plagiarism is nearer to 10%, like 11, 12%. So these are all the settings or filters need to be included. That is, we need to exclude quotes, we need to exclude bibliography, and the words need to be in the less than 14 words. So these sources need to be excluded. So these are all the things which are being just need to share with you whenever you are having any kinds of smaller change as per above the 10%. You can follow this filtrations and settings in order to have a reducing of your plagiarism when you are using universal laws, symbols, or it can be bibliographies. So whenever you are writing a bibliography, take care of your spellings and make it bold. So it should be detectable as a keyword to the software tool. So after detection, the tool will understand that below that sentences, they are going to be referred as bibliography. So that's it for this video. Thank you.